Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. I wish you all this is blessed days of the Holy 50. I want to speak about you, about the service in the church. The sudden departure of the Blessed Abuna John Khair was a shock for all of us. But of course, we, in our belief, submit to the will of God. And sure that is God to take care of us, take care of the church, and also Abuna John to pray for all of us. But also we have to continue the service of the church and to grow more and more. So the first phase, which is happening, we have a transitional time when Abuna Mark Hannah, he accepted to come and serve here, and also grateful for him and for his family and for the church of Archangel Michael. But for various reasons that he cannot continue, because he's committed to the church, Archangel Michael, and also his family situation is difficult to move here. While he is grateful for all your help and support during this time, we are also grateful for him, but we have to come to an end to this time. And Abuna Gaudius is working very hard, but of course it is a big burden on him to be alone in the church. So therefore, we return back to search for the candidates. I know many of the candidates for this church, but for different reasons, no one is fit to be ordained for the church. So we searched for a candidate from outside the church, which of course, everything has advantage and disadvantage. If one from the church is known to the people, it's easy. But if someone from outside needs to come and to be known for the community. And this is also, it is not an easy thing. You know, if someone is living away, he can come once, twice, as he can. There is suggestion from some people for a priest to move from another church. And some mention names. This is impossible to happen. For every church has a priest, and even with Archangel Michael, where there are 5 priests, it was also challenging for the Photo church. What about if the church has only 1 priest or 2 priests? One of this old age, so it depends on the priest. For me, the communities are all the same. Doesn't mean a small community, big community. You have to move a priest from a small community to a big community because this is a big community. This is against the principle of pastoral care. Every soul is very important for us. Whether it's small, whether it's few number, or big number. So don't measure in this way. So therefore, the possibility of moving a priest from another church, it is challenging and it's impossible. Some suggest name from priests they know in Egypt. This is more impossible because we don't accept any priest or man priest because he served the church, and we're supposed to support the people of Egypt, not to take the priest from Egypt to come here. This phase happened at the beginning of the service when priests came, and the church in Egypt sacrificed the priest to come and serve us. But now we cannot take مثلا a good priest in a church in Egypt and come here to come to serve us. And what about the people? This is unfair and unacceptable. But the only option in front of us is to continue to search for a candidate to be able to serve here. And so therefore, one of the candidates, who is Mina Iskander, I know him. He recommended for me to be ordained before, because not for this church, but I always have a list of potential candidates and list for potential church in need, and try to match. So therefore, I asked him to come to see the church. He came and visited, and then the priest introduced him to you. He said it a little bit, not very much. And we'll continue to do so. So I'm not in a hurry. That's something to happen tomorrow. But to continue this process, to be first to know about him, and to start to think, to search, to get in contact with him, and we get feedback. I just give a summary about him. He was born in Mansoura in 1983, and was 39 in June, so it's not 39. His father of confession, his father Daniel David Elias, who served in Sanassu Church. I just mentioned the name because I want to ask him. He came in the United States in 2011, and he was not born here. He was born in Alexandria. He was born in Mansoura. But he came here in 2011. And he studied here, and he did a PhD in electrical engineering. His service, I also mentioned the church where he served, so we can, you ask in these churches. He served in currently he served in St. Basil Church, but he served also in St. George, in the church in Yemen, and he served in the Holy Cross Church in Scandinavia. So there are three churches here in the United States. You can ask St. Basil Church, St. George in Muzahir, which is served by Holy George Aziz, and he served at the Holy Cross Church in Scandinavia. And of course, in Egypt, he served in St. Mary Church in Mansour. Also, you can contact Mansour and ask him. I give all these references to give you a chance. Because I always ask every place he went, I ask about him. Any kind of him. He married to Larissa Iskander. They married in June 2021. And she served at Sunday school at St. Basil. And they have one son, Yusuf, his baby, 1 year old. That's his family. I don't put the responsibility on you as a congregation because I know you know different degree knowing the person, but I take the full responsibility on searching and asking and so on. But also I need your feedback. How I get your feedback? I get feedback in 2 ways. We don't do voting, because voting, and some can explain to the people what my program, like any election, we don't do this. but we get feedback. Feedback of the people is people who, it's mainly there is no objection. And it's the main things الناس لو ما فيش اعتراض. لذلك more important for me those who has objection and why. Because maybe everybody agree, but one disagree, and the reason he gives or she gives is enough, not for obligation. فالموضوع مش موضوع عدد، إنما الموضوع reason. Those who have no objection, there will be a sheet to sign, not today, next Sunday, third Sunday. We still have time, because this process will take time, at least for 2 months. I'm not saying today and tomorrow to be okay. Don't take anything in a rush way. But when we start the process, I explain it and what we are heading for. We started by one, and started by Mina. We see after that, not okay, then we start the process, different process again. Then marriage, and if you are interested to get married, you see someone. The first question you ask whether she is married or not. And if you're interested in a married woman, so the answer is from the beginning. And if she is not married, and she feel accepted, they start the process to know each other. And this process takes some time. Despite some time, this thing is moving good or moving backward. فاحنا بنبتدي process. The first step that I explain the name, and we start those who have no objection, they can sign. Those who have objection to send to me. I receive some ideas, which is like people must keeps واحدة. I get an email from someone in name, I don't know whether it's a real name or it was a fake name. And then I asked the priest about this name, and they said they don't know this name. So I don't know whether this is a real person, a real name or not. But I don't want anybody to send to me to say on behalf of the congregation of sinners. You can say your opinion. Everyone has the right to send to me privately. And I don't need anybody to come to tell me I speak on behalf of the Rus, I speak on behalf of all the people, I speak on behalf of rights. And so, again, enough for me, I asked the priest, tell me what is the people. But I need to have a direct contact. You can easily get my email from my telephone number from موجود هنا. أي حد بيديني ورقة أنا I open to hear everything and then evaluate. I'm not insisting on Mina to be open here, but I recommend it. Because I see his effect to save in the situation of the church which exists. And his age, his bilingual, his history of the service, طبعا هو من عائلة كهنوتية، his father is priest in Mansour. يعني أسرته is a good family. يعني get recommendation from many people. يعني أنا دايما أسأل عن واحد كل اسم يقوله أسأل عليه. يعني حتى أصحابه في المنصورة سألت عليه. And I take this very seriously. This is very sad.